And wrapping up this year's PAC Football Media Day Q&A session is Westminster College. The Titans are represented today by fifth-year head coach Scott Benzel and senior linebacker Bill Medea. Westminster. Coach Benzel, we'll start with you. Westminster is coming off its third straight winning season, while its 3 losses came against teams who finished the regular season undefeated. What are the positives from last year that you're hoping will carry over into this season?
Yeah, last year was a unique year for us. It was kind of bittersweet. You know, we had expectations to win a PAC championship. But I think a lot of it is not necessarily who you play, but when you play them. You'd mentioned we lost 3 teams that were 30-0. I told our guys we were 0-3 in the playoffs. That's the 100% truth. We played 3 really good football teams, went toe-to-toe with 2 of the 3. When we lost our game to W&J on a 2-point conversion, we had all of a day to get ready and get past it and play a great Carnegie Mellon team, and then follow that up and play a Case Western. So that 3-game stretch for us was a challenge, but it is what it is. I think, like anything, you take those types of lessons and learn from them. Sometimes you learn more in defeat than you do in victory. It'd be nice to sit here and say we had one of the best years in school history, but with the tradition and heritage that we have at Westminster, that would be hard to say. So our guys they're getting closer. We're getting in the arena, we're getting those types of big-time games, and we're getting better at them. We just have to finish.
Westminster loses 7 starters on offense, including 4-year starters, all-conference honorees in quarterback Paul Colombo and running back Dominique McKinley, who both left their mark on campus. You really haven't had to think about the starting quarterback or running back position since your first year in New Wilmington. What can we anticipate seeing out of your offensive unit in 2018?
Yeah, our offense is going to be dictated around the quarterback position, and it had been when we first got there. So this situation is fluid. I can't honestly answer that until we get out there in preseason. With Paul, we had a guy that was a dual threat, somebody that made defenses have to stay honest. With that said, there was a little bit of a lack of our passing game, but we were very consistent running the football. We ran it for 220 a game for 3 straight years, which is a credit to our coaches and our guys. Running back, Dom's a great player, but that is actually a position that I have 0 reservations about. We have a stable at Westminster. I think our biggest issue is going to be how do we find enough balls for the guys that we have, because we have a really excellent group, and we have some guys that actually transferred in as well. So that position, I think, is going to be in really good hands.
The Titans lose 4 defensive starters, including 4-year starters, an All-American, 3-time first-team All-PAC, and last year's PAC defensive MVP in Todd Jeter, along with 2-time first-team All-PAC, All-Region selection C.J. Armstrong. Westminster was second in total defense last year, allowing just under 300 yards per game, and was tied for 3rd in scoring defense, allowing just under 20 points per game. What are your expectations for this year's defensive unit?
Again, a very consistent group. Those numbers were pretty much for 3 years. But honestly, you look at areas of emphasis every year. I think, for us, we've got to take the ball away. We didn't do a very good job of that. And I don't think we did a really good job on 3rd downs. So those 2 particular areas for us, we actually didn't perform up to the level of expectations we needed to. So, every year you redefine what you do, but we believe in what we do on defense. We're a unique group defensively. We do a lot of different things. Our scheme is not easy to learn. It takes some time for our guys. We're pretty multiple outfit, but I'm excited about Billy and Miguel and John Fitzgerald, some of those guys we're getting back. We're going to be pretty good, I think, there. We just have to get time, and we have to get comfortable, and we got to learn how to play together.
Your first recruiting class at Westminster graduated last year. There are over 60 incoming freshmen for the 2018 season. What excites you about this year's class?
The depth. We reached in areas that we hadn't gotten a lot of guys out previously. We also continued to hit the core of our recruiting class and the areas that we're familiar with. But I think the difference is, like, we could easily have identified, oh, these 5 guys are going to be excellent. As a staff, when we looked at our incoming freshmen, we're not having the conversation of those 5. We're having a conversation. There's 20 to 25 kids that can really compete and maybe push. So overall, the depth there is excellent, and it's a benefactor of the hard work that these guys have done, because nobody wants to come to a program that doesn't have success, or if you're selling that, which we were down that road 4 years ago, it's a lot of, hey, look and see. They're seeing the results, and so it's been a much easier process for us to sell not only our football program but our great education in Westminster. So I'm excited.
Coach, last question for you. You chose Bill, one of your senior linebackers, who earned the first All-PAC nod of his career last year, as your player representative today. What does Bill mean to your program, and talk a little bit about his leadership within that program?
If Bill could get in a time machine and go back to 1997, I'd hang out with him every day. He's that kind of guy for me. He's a throwback, tough guy. Kids look at him and he leads. He's not a overall vocal guy, but he leads by example. And I just like him as a person, as a human being. He's like I said, he's a little old school, which I hate saying it, but I really endear myself to that type of guy. Not that I don't like all the superficial texting and all that, but you can actually pick up a phone and call Bill and he'll answer it, which is, you young guys, it's always nice to hear that when you do that. But physical, tough, accountable. I don't think he's missed a workout or practice in 3 years. And that's what I'm saying, that old school type mentality. So he's a great representative of us.
Coach Benzel, thank you. Bill, a couple questions for you. You've been a part of 3 straight winning seasons and 2 ECAC Bowl championships during your time at Westminster. What goals as a team have you tried to set in order to achieve even more success in 2018?
I'd say some goals we'd set is to everyone really just do their job and do it to their highest and fastest ability, and stay consistent at that high level and perform like we know how we can perform. And we trust our coaches and they'll lead us the right way.
The top 4 tackle leaders from Westminster are all slated to return this season, including a couple players Coach mentioned: Miguel Luis, middle linebacker Paul Gonzalez, defensive back Travis Loster, along with yourself. What do the 4 of you have to do to make sure the Titans continue to be a top-tier defense in this league?
Really just, again, doing our jobs, staying consistent again at that high level, and holding each other accountable and being leaders to our younger guys coming up and showing them the ways and the ropes and showing them how we play Titan defense.
You earned your first All-PAC selection last year. What are your personal goals as you begin your last season at Westminster?
Obviously, everyone would say do better than last year. I mean, that's pretty given, but kind of allude to what Coach Benzel said. I do a lot of leading by example, but become more of that vocal leader and, again, rallying the guys, showing them how we do things, and just excelling and doing my best that I can.
You were a member of Coach Benzel's inaugural recruiting class. Talk a little bit about what Coach Benzel has meant to you as a player and as a person.
As a player, he's that guy, I guess. I don't know. He's taught us all very well and everything. I mean, great coach, better guy. And as a person, I mean, he's taught me off the field lessons that I'll carry forward with me the rest of my life. So very appreciative of him.
Bill, last question for you. What's been your favorite memory so far as a Titan? And what kind of legacy do you want to leave for future Titans?
Just all the great relationships I made, my great teammates, my brothers, the coaching staff and everything. And the legacy I'd like to leave is just showing the younger guys, again, the strong tradition we have here at Westminster football, and that winning tradition we want to keep going.
Coach, Bill, thank you guys. Westminster will get its season underway September 1st at Wittenberg University. Westminster.